Hello everybody, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity, otherwise known as Dungeons and Dragons Simulator. Just open this. Oh yeah, so good. I'm really bad at remembering where we left off, but we left off somewhere, and it was scary. Oh wait, we left off looking for the inn. Did you hear that? I think that was outside. I think they're talking to my dogs. And not responding per the usual. Right, we talked to him. What?
Yeah.
I could have been doing that this whole time? Fucker. If I had known that. So I have to keep at this or Tuantinu will have my high next. Okay, blah blah blah. It's a god. Lord Rydrick himself looks to this smithy for supplies. Commoner. Oh, hello. Just browsing. Are you, though? Are you really? Alright, I think we're done here. Wait. Ooh. Oh, but that would come in so fucking handy. I won't, because I already got a bad reputation. Ugh. I didn't realize that was gonna happen, though. Oh, that was a good sound. If I known that was gonna be the outcome, because it let me steal from... Okay, in case you're just jumping in here, last time I took something from a place, from someone's house. They didn't notice, they didn't say anything about it. And then I took it from the bread mill, and suddenly it was an issue, and I got a bad reputation. And that's bullshit. If I can get it from one place, why are you gonna not let me get it from the other? Alright. Went there. Aloth. Alright, so let's just keep on heading towards the end. Oh wait, that looks like something I can pick. It is something I can pick. Mine. I'm sure that's for crafting, but I don't know what to craft. And I will never... Whoa. I will never in my life say enough about how gorgeous the soundtrack is for this. I literally might have to go find and download it. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggests an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
What's going on? Say nothing? Everyone calm down. Whatever this is about, I'm sure it's an overreaction. Ooh, a fight. Let's stick our nosy nose into it. One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village just goes to show you what these fancy Ayardir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Ayardins. The woman looks you up and down, and that means you too. Don't push us.
Go on, say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
So he's got...
That's where you're wrong.
Back down all of you. This is absurd. This is unnecessary. Wouldn't you rather be inside drinking and arguing? You're not going to take that from him, are you? I'm staying out of this one. This is unnecessary. We don't take orders from any blazing Iderians. We don't take charity neither. They squint at you through red, bleary eyes. It sounds suspiciously like you're defending him. Holy shit! Holy shit, that escalated. As the last of the attackers falls, The elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm gonna have to look at the voice actors. I need to right now, actually. Not right now. We'll wait. But he sounds so familiar. Awkward situation. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Actually, that was fun. You mean for slaughtering them? You're welcome. It's either... I'll do I'm glad I can help. He gives you a quick smile. Courtesy is rare pleasure in these parts, as if the company of a fellow countryman. As is the He straightens his head, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
What did it sit on? Tell me, how did you manage to get stuck out here? You'd better have more to say for yourself than that. I don't want to be rude. He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a story. I'm not going to do
a wizard
accent.
by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land.
I have to, because I don't want to say that every voice actor in a fantasy setting sounds like Matt Mercer, but he sounds like Matt Mercer. He really does. So I gotta look at this. Matt Mercer! I knew it! I knew it! It's Matt Mercer. Alright. I fucking knew it! Who else? Do I know anyone else? Okay, my chair is making all kinds of noises. Oh my god. Matthew Mercer. Delson! Oh, he's in the DLC. Fuck, I gotta get the DLC now. Bless. Oh, that makes me so happy. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Liam O'Brien. He was Hayden! Fuck, dude. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Okay, hang on. That is... Oh, that makes me so fucking happy. So now that's done. Oh, that makes me so happy. You have no idea.
And how exactly did you come to
This
be here?
belt I'm wearing is like squeaking against the chair. I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated.
In Griffin Ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times. Which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious. What exactly did you find
I'm so
there?
pumped. Fuck, I'm so pumped. You don't understand. That made me love this game so much fucking more. Nothing, remain silent. Oh. I'm gonna remain silent. A slow smile creeps across his face. A man must have his secrets. Very well. Fuck, you don't understand. I've watched Critical Role so much. Oh, dude, that makes me so fucking happy. What are you doing in Gilvale? It's just, how did you manage to cross those 3 trunks? What are you doing?
Excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Yep. And you? Like you said, I'm also a settler. I've been experiencing strange things lately. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. His starting glance takes in a tumble-down buildings and the fallow, rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. Just how did you manage to cross the 3 trunks? You don't exactly look like a settler.
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations.
Fuck.
It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. You did make a rather lewd suggestion regarding aggressors of his own sister. Do I be blunt or do I be polite? I want to be blunt. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. Excuse me. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile, biting his lips so hard you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes, and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places. As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers. Excellent. I shall follow you.
Did he become part of our party? Did he become part of our party? Yes! I get Matt Mercer as a party member. Fuck yeah. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, just close. I kind of want to, just to strip them bare. Club. Fast. 9 to 13. Crushing damage. And all the money. Left him naked. Oh, yes! Fuck yes! You don't understand how fucking awesome that is. Oh, that makes me happy, man. Alright. I can go into the inn. I want to talk to him more.
Hi?
Hi?
Yes?
Fuck, god damn it, that's so cool! Don't know who you are, and don't much care. Keep walking, we're not here to chat with foreigners. Loth narrows his eyes. Careful. Looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. I saw you outside of the mill. What was that about? Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What's that about? It's about what's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. Dwarf's jowls quiver with rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Maybe I could go talk to him for you. What are you doing here then? What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? How much will that cost me? Sven considers it, briefly. He looks to the others. Fair enough. You bring us something to wet our throats, and might be I'll feel up to training words. Oh, the wording. Fucking, okay. We should got that. Drunken. And who are you then? Another fool to come to answer Redrick's invitation? A great lord has my sister run out of town after the buoy was born. She was the only family I had left, not sure where she is now. Blazes, I need another drink. Alright, so that's happened. I've talked to you, right?
Right.
Beg pardon, sir. Don't have much time for talking. Thought this place was going under after the owner left, but it's held out. Okay, food's here been awful lately. Things racked have gotten into larder. Oh. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack, one item after the other, careful deliberation, undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth, tears eek from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can into the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks down to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers her condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her children disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. Wait, so was she banished, or were her children banished? You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and watch and what it does. Ooh. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking towards the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near their practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Losing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is sudden explosive movement in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree line, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he loses this last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. Okay. So I gotta go buy these guys around, then. Pasca?
How do you do?
Oh, greetings and welcome to the Black Hound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head and head curtly. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two at the moment. We have two available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. I'd like room, please. I could use some reliable help. Do you know anyone looking for work? Could I see what you have for sale and buy around for the fine fellows over there? Fine fellows, you're having me on. Any more fighting, I'll have to ban Swainier from the inn entirely, the innkeeper frowns. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Give 6p. CP anyway, here you are. Can't we skip the payment? It's for a good cause. Please, if I can just get them talking, I might be able to convince them to stop harassing the miller. The innkeeper studies you warily a moment, then sighs. Well, that's alright then. Here, 3 drinks for the 3 fools. You get them off Trumble's back and maybe he'll be a little less stingy with his supplies. Hell yeah! 3 experience! Or no, gain an item, 3 times beer. I thought that said experience. I thought it said EXP. Man. Okay.
Hail, traveler.
I've brought drinks about this trouble with the miller. Hey, so you have. By the flame, I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Blackhound shit beer. Gods, that's good. Alright then, you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Look, there's no sense in threatening the miller. You have him up against a wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Maybe you could tell me more about what's going on. Attack your drunken menace, and I'm putting you down. No. I don't think that's the best way. But that's not going to get me anywhere either. It's like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like our Aufra pay half what we do, the dwarf size. And maybe we've been a bit rough with them, but what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're going to starve. And do you think Trumble's going to be sorry about it when we do? Look, there's no sense. Maybe I could talk to Trumble. Fuck it. Swainier eyes you for long moments, drinking deep from his mug. Then he sighs. You're right. Things go on like they are. We're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. He looks to his comrades. Tell Trumble we'll leave him be. Party game 46 experience. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah! I didn't think it would be that easy. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs a hand around the end? Fuck yes, bruh. Okay. I don't know what that was. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Just in time for the dogs to start barking. Let's go to Trumbull. I can't just... Whoa, I didn't fully appreciate this art up here. That... Oh wait, there's shit here. How far are you? How far did I make you guys come? There you are. I hear ya. I hear ya. I hear ya. So we're gonna move there, but we're also gonna move up here and get these shrooms. Got it. Settler's Arrow. Cool. I don't know what that is. We got him off your backs, bruh. Start being fair, bruh.
Gods keep you.
Trumbull nods a curt greeting. You're back. Have you any luck with Swainer? I spoke to Swainer. Trumbull takes a deep breath. And what did he say? I've convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why is that? Really? That's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. 302 experience. Fuck yeah, bitches. I owe you a great debt here. He pulls the coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earning to show my appreciation. And you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. Glad to help. Keep it. You're having a hard enough time. That's really all you can afford after I saved your family. I mean, I kind of want to tell him to keep it because I'm decently fair off, aren't I? No, actually, I'm not. I don't know. Ooh. Can I just take half of it? Fuck it. You're a generous soul, friend, and we'll have to thank you for making it through the coming year. Safe travels, and may you find favor with the gods. Because how much money do I have? Does it tell me? I think I'm 206. Like, I'm okay. I'm doing okay. I don't remember what camping supplies are for. So what's in my objectives now? Quests. To new Gilded Vale Smith. He's been expecting a shipment for supplies a long time. Ah! I gotta go to the Black Meadow. Trouble. Some of the farmers go Vale. I did this. Seems tensions between Miller. Wait, I convinced Swainer to leave a mill. Yeah, okay, we're good. So I gotta just do that. But there was something in the ruins, the temple area, that I almost did, but now that I have a party member, I could probably do. Possibly. Hello, who's there? A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, like Josh the Fox, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain.
Good day, stranger.
Thought you were some... Never mind. Whoever you are, you've traveled a long way to reach a dark place. This temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are, groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. Better luck with what? What happened to you? The man points a finger outwards. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Aethus, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over Darewood, from Red Sarah's even. Also, I was editing a video, and it said I'll heed to somewhere, and it's head. Like, it was so clearly head. I hate myself a little bit. Until the war, of course. Even then, you'd get some of the stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Go on, get to the point. Is this really time for a history lesson? Once the legacy started, Lord Raederick decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. There we go. He had his help. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end. See? He smiles wryly. Blah blah blah, I've heard all this, blah blah blah, but until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where, blah blah blah, read it, blah blah blah, the priest, read it, we've read this, we've done this, we've died. If you can get down there, no small task. Just coin it for you if you need motivating. Aloth's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them, I'll take it. You aren't supposed to be in here. They're long dead, what does it matter? Wait, you want me to bring them? These skeletons? I have no question. I have some questions first. I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priest would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out. And take care down there. I wouldn't want to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Alright, so that's another quest that we got. And I don't think I have a time limit on quests either, which is good. Oh my god, I love this game so much. Seriously, if you have the money, spend it on this game. If you have the money and you like Dungeons & Dragons, spend it on this game. If you like Matt Mercer, spend it on this game. It's so good. Alright, so I think first, since I was told it first, I'm going to do the Smith's Shipment. Where was that? Is that south? East. So where's east? Is this east? Road west. Road east. Alright, let's go. Eastern Wood, Gildenvale, Valewood. I guess Eastern Wood? Cancel. I think I need to rest first. Let's go to the end and see if I have to rest, if that's actually an aspect in the game. Because I think it might be, since it's involving time. Come on. Hurry up all over here. Why did the lights go out? It didn't close, did it? Was that just me? Or did the lights go out? That was weird. That scared me. I thought it like closed. Oh. Alright, let's see about getting a room. A room.
Greetings.
Hello again. Anything I can do for you? We still have rooms open. It's never early for a drink. Please sit where you like. Can I see what you have to sell? I'd like to... Oh, let's learn more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building has been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. I used to work the tables actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him, even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound? It's still sitting upstairs pining after him. Poor old girl. Oh. Alright, let's get a room. Of course, we keep it nice and tidy. The common room? Inns allow characters without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider more expensive options. Bonuses they provide long time and effect on the entire party. Shit, I don't have this much. Common room. What? Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with this suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of the Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. No, I won't do that. Suddenly her head's... Oh, you're pretty. Suddenly her head snaps up, and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension. Stomach now. Now? Stomach now is not the time. You feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. 464 experience. Hurrah! Seek help, find the dwarf woman. Alright. Nice. So, is it because I also have him highlighted?
Hi?
Sure.
I seem to be controlling a lot more than my own character. Which is fine by me. I'd love to play as Matt Mercer. Fuck yeah. Hells to the end. Love. Oh, hey, it's daytime. So, what was that last part? Oh, I have to go check the woman. I'm gonna check the woman first while I'm here. And, because the runes were. Whoa. What? I haven't been up here. What are you? We're gonna do some investigate. Oh, wow. And then I told her that's not the pistol. Ah. Ha! I can go in here. Oh, okay. Snoopity snoops. Snoop. Oh. Popper! I could use a good dog. I could use a good dog. Downstairs, intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting for it to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Pet the dog. The dog still thumps happily against the floorboards. Dog's ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. Black hound added to inventory. I have a fucking dog in my inventory? Can I leave it here? I didn't want to keep it. I just... What? These bones are covered in white tiny marks. I don't want to keep it. I don't want to steal a dog. No. Put that back. Put that back. Put it back. The small dog has glossy black coat, affable. She trots along her heels, gazing up devotedly whenever you... Oh, precious. Oh my god, I love you. I'm tearing up. Like, genuinely tearing up. That's so fucking cute. God damn it. That's so cute. That poor dog. I'm so sorry. Oh boy. You see a long, empty road cutting through two large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high. Her brow crinkles as she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to the fear. Her confusion. What is wrong with my speech? Her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she's looking for, she jumps onto her horse's back, the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burned and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. Alright, I don't want to spend... Are those, like, important to the story? In fact, is there... Okay, there's someone in here. It's a guess.
I'll have it in no time.
Oh. Okay. Oh, fuck. Goddamn. 10 years I tilled before. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna keep it and not read it right now. Maybe I'll read it later, but right now I can't. If you want to get your tits lopped off, defending some lords, keep on right ahead. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? Who's being rude now? Lockpicks required 3, party lock was 3, do you want to pick the locks? No. Not quite yet. Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Aethys and Lord Raedric in a compromising position. Can I take it? Oh, hell yes. Keep that.
I've got it. Finished.
Yep. I have fancy hat. Where's fancy hat? Where'd the fancy hat go? Mother fucking god. What? That sucks. Can I sell these for anything? No? Oh, 26 copper. Alright, I'm gonna go... do I sell shit? Or... 20 experience earned. That's cool. Will I get in trouble for taking the dog? I didn't think that would actually happen. I thought it would, like, deny me because it's super loyal to its, like, family. Alright, let's go to the tree. There's so much I want to do. Oh.
I have received confirmation that Lord Radric's heir was not born well. My lord has issued an injunction on all new homesteads until he can be assured that the village has been cleansed of all Aothasians and whatever other undesirables that have brought this curse upon his lands. It would be best if you left town as soon as possible. I would suggest returning to your old home. There will be no place for you here. You may stay at the inn until you can make the necessary arrangements, but I would not advise remaining long. I expect Lord Radric will be most thorough in his efforts to purify this place.
He comes from a line of nobles who have, defended these lands since Aedir times. Raedric II, oh, that was gross, I'm sorry, was an early supporter of Darwoodian independence during the Revolution, and the current Lord's father perished in the Saints' War. Hollowborn began appearing in Durwood shortly after the war's end. Lord Raedric has taken it upon himself to purge the curse of from Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it does not appear to have been enough to protect his heir. The Saints' War, our age's most egregious, I don't know words, example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Rhaedsuras decided that Wynwyn, their living saint, was the literal incarnation of the god Aethys. Urgit wrinkles his pinched nose. The supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Darewood, supposedly from allegiances to less worthy gods, but I've never known an army to conquer a land for its people's own good. The war lasted about a year, but you can guess what that year, oh, my brain just stopped working, did to the worship of Aethys and the Darewood. Lord Raedric's forebears had all been Aethosians, but after his father fell defending us from those fanatics, he personally saw the Temple of Aethos here in town was shut down. He points at a few ruined walls near the tree. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone at Gilded Vale understand our rules. Okay. We're a frontier village, as most settlements in Durwood. Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since establishment in the colonial days. The last 15 years, blah, 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 blah. It takes ramshackle houses and blah, blah, blah. Here's our recruitment of fresh settlers. Indeed. Why is Gilded Vale's population been shrinking? Tell me about those ruins behind the tree. Whatever. Wydwin's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Raedric decreed no mothers of Hollowborn are to be allowed in Gilded Vale. His mouth tightened to a firm line. His lordship dealt swiftly with the objectors. It may be harsh, but if it purges of this curse, is it not worth it? Just behind the tree. That's what's left of the temple at Reathos. He lived where Lord Radrix forbade worship of the dead god after the Saints' War. It was abandoned for almost 15 years, but blah 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 blah. God, got it. Nothing got killed. Veil. Goodbye. I should probably talk to them as well, but I'm not going to. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other with the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for the woman. Yeah, I thought that would happen. You take a deep breath, deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this? How are you able to speak to me? I need to understand something that happened to me. I think I survived a Buick. Do you know what that would be? I want to know something about you.
Did you now, dear?
This is so cool.
My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no? Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child. Bless her.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Makes me think of The Giver.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
I like her.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them. Know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder. Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks. Oh shit, I didn't mean to skip.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
Sorry. Phone blowing
A
up.
very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Okay.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Alright. We know what happened. We kind of know who she is. I don't have any other questions right now, and I'm thinking I can come back to it because I have this talent. Because...
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Claudia closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from an unknown place of waiting. Cool. Loth looks through your narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. Watcher, yes, I'm fine. This happened a lot. You'll get used to it. That's good to know, but I suppose you don't tell me what that was all about. Well, that's interesting. I expect that explains your earlier reticence about your experience in the ruins. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Let's continue on. Because I seem to be rushing because I am, I have to head off for a second here. Well, longer than a second. I have to head off for the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. It means a lot to me. And let me know what you think of this series. Honestly, like, please, because I love this game so much. I want to know if other people are enjoying it too. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Child into any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth.
You don't see anything. You saw nothing. Okay, so what